is Clover, and this is episode 7 for level 1. I'm super excited to be here with you all for Under the Sea Week. So if you haven't dressed up yet, you can go ahead and pause the video and go change into something you like. I'm wearing blue for Under the Sea Week, and I have my surfboard shirt. Before we get started, let's all go warm up.
Hi Gymnasts, my name is Nora, and today we are going to be warming up and stretching together. So for warm up, you are going to want to make sure you have a little bit of space that you can run and move your body and get all of your muscles warmed up. You can do this in place if you don't have a space to run around, but if you have a little bit of space, it'd be good to clear that out. Maybe you have some chairs or a coffee table that you could ask an adult's permission to help move out of the way so you can get good and warmed up for gymnastics. The other thing you're going to need is something that you can stretch on. I have my yoga mat out here today to stretch on, and maybe you have one at home too. Or maybe you want to use a towel or a blanket, something that you can do some stretching on the floor that doesn't hurt like being on hardwood floor might. All right, let's get started with warm up. So for today, we are going to be playing Bones, No Bones for our warm-up game. And this is one of my favorites. So when I say bones, I'm going to give us an activity, like running or jumping or skipping. And when I say no bones, we're going to fall to the ground, just like this. All right, let's get started with the running bones. Come on and run with me. Remember, you can run in place if you don't have room. And no bones. And frog jump bones. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. And no bones. And 1 foot hopping bones. And switch feet. And no bones. And bunny hop bones. We're going to jump on both feet. And no bones. And skipping bones. And no bones. And now we're going to do super speedy, fast running bones. How fast can you run? Great job. Keep it going. And no bones. All right. You can pause the video and go get a drink if you need, and then come back, and we're going to get started on stretching now. So the first thing we're going to do for stretching is our big arm circles forward. And we're going to switch into our big arm circles backward. And now we're going to reach all the way up to the sky. Reach those fingers up. Bring your feet right next to each other like mine are. And we're going to reach down to the ground, making sure we lock our knees. And we're going to hold this for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to jump our feet apart. And we're going to reach over to 1 foot. And we're going to hold for 3 seconds on this foot. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to reach over to the other foot and hold for 3 seconds on this foot. 1, 2, and 3. All right, now we're going to sit on the ground and we're going to sit in straddle, which is where we have our legs out in a V. And we're going to reach our arms out to the side. We're going to reach one arm over our waist and the other over our head towards our foot. We want to make sure we keep our knees pointing up towards the sky and that we point our toes while we're doing this. We're going to hold this one for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Arms back out, and we're going to cross our other arm and reach over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, now we are going to reach out to the middle. You're going to And now we're gonna point our toes forward, and we're gonna reach and hold again. Reach as far as you can. And we're gonna hold this one for 5 seconds as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, now you're going to point and flex your feet. See if you can point one and flex one. And now we're gonna roll out our ankles. So we're gonna roll them 3 times forward, 2 and 3, and 3 times backwards. 1, 2, and 3. And we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. 3 forwards, 1, 2, and 3, and 3 backwards. 1, 2, and 3. All right, now we are going to stretch out our wrists. So we're going to make puppy dog paws with your wrists, and you're gonna put the backs of your hands down on the ground. We're gonna hold this one for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now you're gonna face your palms towards yourself, and you're gonna flip your hands over so your fingers are towards your knees, and your palms are going to be down on the ground. And we're gonna hold this one for 5 seconds as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to lace our fingers together and roll them out. Kind of like you're making a blender. I think I'm gonna make a chocolate milkshake in my blender. What are you gonna make in your blender? And now we're gonna make a roller coaster and see how fast your roller coaster can go. How slow your roller coaster can go. Okay, now we're going to do our splits. So we're gonna bring one leg up. I'm starting with my left leg in front, and you're going to push into a lunge. So in your lunge, only push as far as you can go. If it hurts, you can stop. We want to make sure we keep our back foot flat on the ground, not with our toes under. And we want to make sure our front foot, our knee, stays over our foot. You can have your hands on your knee or on your hips. We're going to hold this one for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we're going to straighten our front leg, and we're going to try to get your nose down as far towards your knee as you can. And we're going to hold this one for 5 seconds as well. 1, 2, make sure you're pointing your toes. 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to slide into our splits. If you don't feel ready to try splits, you can stay in a deep lunge like we were just in and hold it there. If you would like to, you can try and slide out into your splits as far as you can go. And we're going to hold this for 5 seconds. Make sure you have one hand on either side supporting you and that you point your toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Excellent job. Come out, everybody. All right, we're going to switch legs now and put the other leg in front, and we're going to push into our lunge again. Still making sure that your knee stays right over your foot and your back toes are flat on the ground, not curled under. We're going to hold this one for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, straighten your front leg again. Nose down to your knee. You can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, we're going to slide into split on this side. Again, remember, if you would like to stay in lunge, you can stay in lunge and only go as far as you can go. We're going to hold this one for 5 seconds as well. Point those toes. Make sure you have a hand on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And come out. All right, we are going to do froggy splits now. So froggy splits, we put our hands down on the ground and our knees down on the ground, and we walk our knees out as far as you can. You can put your elbows down on the ground once your knees get far enough apart. We're going to hold this one for 5 seconds. 1, 2, going to do middle splits. If you would like to keep holding these froggy splits, you may, or we're going to push up into middle splits, which is where we have our hands and our feet on the ground, and we walk our feet out as far as we can, making sure we keep our hips over our legs. We're gonna hold this one for 5 seconds. I know it's hard, but I know you can do it. You've got this. 1, 2, 3, point your toes. 4, and 5, and come out. And shake out those legs into the front. All right, we are going to come back to our pike position, and we are going to do 2 bridges now for our last stretch. So, for a bridge, you're gonna lay all the way flat on your back, and you're going to put your hands on the ground with your fingertips facing towards your shoulder and your elbows up in the air. We're gonna bring our feet up, flat on the ground behind our butt. And we're gonna push our stomach up into the air. And we're gonna hold this for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And come down. And now we're gonna do 3 tuck and rolls, where we tuck our knees up and we roll. 1, 2, and 3. We do these to help stretch both sides of our back so that our back doesn't get hurt. All right, we're gonna do 1 more bridge now. Remember to push your belly and your head up off the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And come down. Great job, everybody. All right, 3 more tuck and rolls. 1, 2, and 3, and come up. Thank you for stretching with me. You are all super awesome and stretched and warmed up now and ready to get started on the lesson for today.
Gymnasts, now that we're done warming up, we can go ahead and get started with gymnastics. So we are going to start with floor skills, and for floor skills today we are going to work on cartwheels. I have my yoga mat out, and if you prefer using a blanket yoga mat, just anything that adds maybe a little bit of cushion, you can totally go grab that. If you feel comfortable not using anything, we're just doing cartwheels, so that's also an option. If you have socks on and you're on a hardwood floor or even carpet, you might want to just take your socks off to prevent slipping. And let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start with just going over a cartwheel really slowly, because there's lots of parts to a cartwheel. So for cartwheels, we start in a lunge position. So the leg that is out front is going to be bent, the other one's going to be straight, and we start with our hands up in a lunge position. If you prefer doing cartwheels on your left side, then you're going to start with your left leg out front. And if you prefer doing cartwheels on your right side, then you're going to start with your right leg out front. And let's just work with the cartwheel side that we are most comfortable with just for now. So I'm most comfortable doing my left side cartwheel, so I'm going to start with my left leg out front in the lunge. Hands up in our lunge position, and then we lever down into our cartwheel. So our hands going to the floor as our legs coming up. If you're doing a left side cartwheel, then your hands are going to be facing towards the left, directly 90 degrees to the left. And if you're doing your right side cartwheel, your hands are going to be facing the right. So we're in our lunge, let's all do this together. You're going to lever down and put your hands on the ground. You're going to kick over. And you're going to land in lunge facing the opposite direction. A big mistake that a lot of people make is when they start their cartwheel, they face the side like this. But that's wrong. We're going to face directly in front of us in our lunge position. And then we twist to the side. And when you land your cartwheel, you should be in a lunge facing the opposite direction that you started with. So that's just kind of the breakdown of a cartwheel. And we are going to do 3 mini cartwheels all together first. For a mini cartwheel, instead of kicking your leg all the way up over your head, you start in the same position, but you just do a little baby kick, like that. And if that is uncomfortable for you, or you're struggling with that, you can also practice for right now, putting your hands on the ground and just kicking to the other side like that. So whichever you feel more comfortable with, we are just going to do 3 of them all together. And let's practice starting facing forward in our lunge so we can get that in our muscle memory. So pick the side that you want to do and get in your lunge position, facing forward, not to the side. Facing forward. Nice job, gymnasts. And we're going to do a mini cartwheel. Ready? And go. And finish in a lunge facing the opposite direction. Nice job, gymnasts. So good. Okay, we are going to do the second one now. And how do we start, gymnasts? That's right, we start in a lunge position facing forward. Okay, and mini cartwheel number 2, let's go. Nice job, gymnasts. Okay, and number 3. You start in a lunge, and let's go. Those look so good, gymnasts. And now let's practice trying to get our legs over our head. So with the mini cartwheels, our legs don't really go over our head. But with a regular cartwheel, our feet should be traveling directly over our bodies. And that's what we want to try to aim for. So let's do 5 of them all together. And as we do these, we're really going to think about levering down into our cartwheel. And we're going to focus on keeping our hands pointed to the side. Once we kick over, we are going to practice then levering out of it into a lunge, facing the opposite way. Okay? I know it's a lot to think about, but just try to break it down slowly in your head as you do the cartwheel, and the more you practice it, the easier it'll get. You guys can do it. Okay, let's practice 5 normal cartwheels together. So how do we start, gymnasts? That's right, we start in our lunge, facing forward. Okay, and let's go. That's 1. Nice job. And number 2. Nice job, gymnasts. Number 3. Straight legs. Beautiful. Make sure you're lunging out of your cartwheel. This is number 4, I believe. Awesome. And last one, try to make it your very best. And go. And that's 5. Okay, gymnasts, you did so good with your cartwheels today. Remember that when you're just learning your cartwheels at first, maybe just stick with the side that you feel most comfortable with. And the more you practice it, the easier it'll get, and you guys are doing so good. We are going to go ahead and move on to beam. So put all your floor stuff away, and then we're gonna go ahead and get our beams. Okay, gymnasts, we are going to go ahead and move on to beam skills. So go ahead and grab your beam, whether it's a yoga mat, rolled up blanket, whatever you've been using. I have my yoga mat here, and I just usually fold it in half. and then fold it again. Here's my beam. Works pretty well. Okay, we are going to learn how to do a pike mount on our beam. So this is just one way out of many on how to get on your beam. So we're just gonna go over it really slowly. So you're standing in front of your beam. Awesome job. And we're going to straddle over our beam. Okay, is everyone with me? Nice job, gymnasts. Then we are going to sit down on our beam. Remember, if we were on an actual beam, we wouldn't have this space. We would be sitting on top of our beam. So it's a little bit different right now, but we can still learn how to do it. So then we sit on our beam in a pike position. Remember from earlier videos that this is our sitting pike position. Okay, so after we get here, we are then going to lay down on our beam completely. Nice job, gymnasts. After this, we are going to bring our legs up in a pike position like this. You're just gonna lift your legs straight up. Awesome job, gymnasts. Okay, from here, we are going to then sit up on our beam as we were before, and then we're going to stand up on our beam. So we sit up, and then we're going to stand up on our beam. Nice job, gymnasts. Awesome job for our first time. Okay, let's practice that one more time pretty slowly. We straddle over our beam. Nice job. Then do you remember what we do next? Yep, we're gonna sit on our beam in our pike position. Nice job. And then we lay down. And do you guys remember what we do next? That's right, we bring our legs up in the pike. Awesome job. And then from here, we are going to sit up and then stand up on our beam. Those are looking so good, gymnasts. Okay, let's practice this 5 times, a little bit faster each time. Okay? Okay, so we start with a straddle. We're sitting down in our pike position. We lay down. We bring our legs up to a pike. And then we sit up and stand up. Beautiful job, gymnasts. Let's practice it again. The repetition of doing this will just help get it in our muscle memory. And then we lay down, bring our legs up to a pike. Let's remember that we should always have pointed toes. This kind of looks weird. It's just not very pretty if we have our toes flexed. So every time in gymnastics that we lift our foot off the ground, it should always just be pointed, and we should always just have really straight legs. Okay, so from here, sit up and then stand up. Awesome job. Let's do it again and try to do it a little bit more fluid, so just a little bit faster. So we straddle, pike, lay down, pike, sit up and stand up. That was really good, gymnasts. Okay, this time we're gonna try to do it even a little bit faster, a little bit more fluid. Okay, let's go. And we straddle, pike, lay down, legs up, sit up, stand up. Awesome job, gymnasts. You guys are learning so quickly. Okay, we're going to practice it one more time. Try to make it your very best this time. Okay, ready? And we straddle, pike, lay down, pike, sit up, stand up. Nice job. So that is just one of so many ways that we can get on our beam, and you guys did so good with that one. We are now going to move on to vault, so we can go ahead and put our beam supplies away and get ready for vault. Alrighty, gymnasts, it's time for vault. Okay, I have my springboard set up and my vault. I'm using my folded up yoga mat for my springboard, and I'm just using a rug to represent my vault. So you can go ahead and find something to use as both your springboard and your vault. Go ahead and set it up, but we're not going to use it quite yet. So the first thing we are going to do is just review hurdles. So if we remember from past videos, when we hurdle, our arms are doing a back circle. We hurdle by bringing our knee up like this into a jump, and then we hop onto our springboard. Let's just practice a couple of these. We can just practice walking into it. So maybe we take 1 step, 2 step, then we hurdle. Let's practice 3 of these together with 2 steps. So again, we're going to take 1 step, then another step. We're going to hurdle onto that leg and then just land. Okay, all together. Ready, and step, step, hurdle. Nice job, gymnasts. Let's do it again. Step, step, hurdle. Awesome job. And one more time. Ready, and step, step, hurdle. Beautiful. Now that we've reviewed that, we are going to go ahead and practice doing the hurdle into a straight jump. So we have the step, step, hurdle, down. When we land with our feet together, this is going to be on our springboard. So we hurdle, we land on our springboard, and then we straight jump off of our springboard. So let's practice that. Remember, we're just practicing it on the floor. Ignore the springboard and vault for now. And let's add the straight jump now. We'll do 3 of these. Okay, and walk, walk, hurdle, together, straight jump. Okay, let's go ahead and practice it again. So we walk, walk, hurdle, together, straight jump. Nice job, gymnasts. And one more time. Walk, walk, hurdle, together, straight jump, and land. Awesome job. Okay, we're going to go ahead and use our springboard and vault. So I have my vault right here. And for my springboard, I have my rolled up yoga mat. I'm just gonna leave about 3 feet in between each one. You can measure it just by using your own feet. 1, 2, 3. That should be good. If that's too far, you can always move your springboard closer, farther away, however you like it. And we're going to practice doing 3 of these using our vault and springboard. So we're going to practice walking into it, hurdling onto our springboard, and then straight jumping onto our vault. Let's remember that we stick the landing when we're done. Okay, 3 of these. Make sure you have room to walk into it, and let's go. Walk, walk, hurdle onto our springboard, straight jump onto our vault. Beautiful job. Let's do it again. Walk, walk, hurdle onto our springboard, and straight jump onto our vault. Awesome. One more time. Walk, walk, hurdle onto our springboard, and straight jump onto our vault. Beautiful job, gymnasts. Okay, now we are going to practice doing a forward roll after our straight jump. So we landed on our vault. I'm gonna move it a little bit closer. We landed on our vault after our straight jump, and now we're going to practice doing a forward roll, tuck roll, off of our vault. A little side note, if we were using an actual vault and an actual springboard in gymnastics room, we would be jumping straight into our forward roll. But we're using this for now, and it's working pretty good so far, and we can still learn with it. So we're gonna practice walking into it, and after the straight jump, you're gonna do a tuck roll, forward roll. All right, ready, gymnasts? Okay. Walk, walk, hurdle onto your springboard, straight jump onto your vault, and then forward roll. Nice job, gymnasts. Let's go ahead and do it again. Let's do it slowly again before we add some speed. So we walk, walk, hurdle onto our springboard, straight jump onto our vault, and that's right, then we do our forward. Okay, this time let's do it a little bit more fluid, so we're gonna add a little bit more speed. Okay, and go. Walk, walk, hurdle, straight jump, forward roll. Nice job, gymnasts. You guys are doing so good. Okay, let's do it one more time. This time, even a little bit faster. And as soon as you land your straight jump onto your vault, try to go right into your forward roll instead of pausing. All right, and let's go. Walk, walk, hurdle, straight jump onto your springboard, and forward roll. Awesome job, gymnasts. You guys are doing so good. That's all we have for episode 7. And make sure you stay tuned for the other episodes of gymnastics videos. And next week is favorite color theme. So whatever your favorite color is, wear it from your head to your toe, all in your favorite color. And I'm excited to see you all next week.
Thank you for joining us for Gymnastics at Your Home with Kid Spirit. Gymnastics is such an important skill. Your child is learning balance, coordination, agility. They're building their confidence as they work through things that they thought they couldn't do. It might have been something that they were afraid of, so it's so important. Be sure to subscribe. Watch our future episode. We'll have an episode out every week. Below, you'll see our webpage, you'll see our email. Be sure to let us know what you'd like to see in future episodes. If you like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Thumbs down won't offend us. We want your feedback. Be sure to give us your comments below. Share, subscribe. Thank you for joining Gymnastics for Your Home from Kid Spirit.